see where settings man will be able to me to Rolls Royce name by now want to master aquatina abro settings. Ye name is as oh settings man me maka na den menka hey me see na mamu news na den no ni me no ni pa no ni me hey
Inti Andra no Stonebwoy Ekotina Angel FM Kumasi. Now he has brought out some facts and figures, or he has brought out some issues. I think it's trending all over the social media. People keep talking about it. I've seen a lot of media houses posting about it and all those ones. So I took my time. I would share Etinase Ekofa video no, and I'm actually from the start to the end. The video is almost about 2 hours. It was an interview almost about 2 hours. So may back about the more details about whatever thing that happened at that particular interview, all the details, all the vital information is needed now. Iguha. It's about church of the year, kama. Na de about the more. But ansana yebesha say no, me can say has a plus 233 studios. Se ne ni di kan ya wo hwe and ya mesre wa say ube subscribe to your channel, no one like, no one share. Anytime we are ube like, no one share the no, ubisu ebe hubi. Now the more ubisu hubi no, a boy ma information na ye no, it goes out there. And anytime we are ube share videos be no so. And my channel no so ye den in to mesre wa say ne di kan ya share dia. Me mesre say ube nyasa time no one subscribe, no one like it. Na wa share. So the interview started from Omoka Midland Hotel, Omushuanomo, which is the legacy show that they have, which has Korean Ponsa on there, which also have Abranti Amachi Dede on there, and a few people with Stonebwoy himself being on that particular bill. So that is how the whole show started. Almost started so Didi a home common. So almost started so Didi home common. And I think say one of the things he said is that the NTA sometimes, the media houses or media people tend to think, say, he is very emotional. He says sometimes he's very edgy. As in, say, like, I say he's very emotional. Let me use the word emotional. When it comes to him not having enough rest. Tiemfan is show back to back our break. So he's already on the edge. Sometimes the right spot. So that was what he made. Then the Hormona host the design said there is this tiger on the Atonos, which is his Stonebwoy is very, very, very emotional. And Onokoka said, Samoka said me very, very, very emotional. I don't understand because first of all, need all the facts. Sometimes you don't have all the facts because sometimes for any decan no baba respond there, then it makes it look like he's emotional. So one of the things he said is that a lot of times we don't have all the facts. We just speak because we need to speak, and he's sometimes right because most of the times now once he tried to respond, it makes it look like he is being emotional, and I understand him for that. So, Okasa emotional and our host me say, Masa, we've seen the kind of relationship you have with Samini and how things are going, and we like that particular feeling, and we are enjoying what is happening between you and Samini. And as Stonebwoy said, even him, it is difficult for him to mention just Samini. Because sometimes to call him Samini because he's a big brother. Like when you senior brother Wofi, to call him just Maxwell, or to call him Sammy or Samini, sometimes you just call him Samini, however, he tries as much as possible to do that particular thing. And one of the things he says is that it was since 2004 that he got to know Samini through quick action and Afro Moses. But the person who introduced him to Samini is quick action. That was way back in 2004, which is at the Kasahari level. It's a whole Kasahari level means and ceremony at the Adiano. A whole never man who Samini. But that time, no SS3, and I say SS4. Hey, sorry, SS3. Who? Or we tell no SS4, SS3. So Utimi once in a while, Utimi free school, no akwa share Samini. Once in a while, Utimi free school, no akwa share Samini, no akwa live band Sani Amano. However, one of the things was that Samini had a lot of patience for him because as at that time, you know, it was school. So Samini had a lot of patience. So when he finished school, then it happened. He said now he started working with Samini full time. Now, I started on this Samini working full time. Sometimes, you know, I say Samini was in Dansuman. Yes, we know Samini stays in Dansuman. I say Samini bet my friend was Dansuman. If you are Samini was Dansuman, no friend so Charlie. Bishia Menienko has Bishia Menienko ABCD. Or not Ashama Lebanon. And Obi Sawuti Ashama, me, I'm a typical Ashama boy. Sawuti Ashama now. From Ashama Lebanon, Krakow Ashama traffic light is around 15-20 minutes if there is no traffic. And usually that road has traffic all the time. As you know, could do one for car if you want to see circle, after if circle, and some of see Dansuma, and now we see Dansuma about. So it takes him sometimes 3 hours. But Samini was very, very, very patient with him. So Senke, just the music lab. It's not just music lab. Because under Samini, you know, he produced only 3 songs. Which one being a collaboration between Samini and himself, which is Climax. Now, it is not just musical love, but he believes he held him down like a senior brother would hold a junior brother down. Because as at the time of Okoye, there were a lot of underground artists who were with Samini at the time. There were a lot of underground artists who were with Samini at the time. But Okoko did Samini Honeymoon, the kind of love Samini showed him and everything. And he also believes he has not crossed any line. Seba Samini, he has not crossed any line. Because he believes Sankwa crossing lines be more going to me and having that relationship. Now time and now you believe you cross only Samini rifts and no more issues. Because as at the time, it was after the Assassin Sound class. As at the time, I believe so only Samini crowd issues. As at that time, not only Samini and junior brother were very close and they were talking almost every day. Until he has a kind of love for Samini. And it's not because of just the music love. Because Anke just music love there. Oh, and you mean me war high grade no. Me know I and I say why abuame. But even that particular thing, if it is just that love, it could have just been, but it is the brotherly love because Onu Stonebwoy doesn't have a senior brother or plenty senior sisters. He has only one junior brother. Our mommy is 7, Stonebwoy normally is 7. 5 of them are ladies, and Onu only the junior brother. Into the same love he has shown because Stonebwoy doesn't have a senior brother. So Samini has shown him so much love. That is how come he believes he has not crossed any line. So any day, any time, he can Samini fee. And Mehusa Nansian who said pictures be any videos be. I'll show you a little picture where Samini Stonebwoy went to Samini's house and they were drinking champagne and all those ones. So he believes on crossing line that is how come any day, anytime. Bet me boy Samini fee na on Samini akwakodi in Kitahu die.
Yeah, man.
Yes, the big name.
Oh,
original Badema.
Yeah, man. And you, man.
The me plenty
And you, Tonya. But I don't know if they speak well like that.
General. No offense.
It is so.
Connect hard.
Yeah, we face each other. What
Love and light.
Love and light.
Bloma. Yes, sir. Bloma.
Inti the Ebema Shatta Wale issue be mu throughout the interview the one boy Shatta Wale but he kept calling him Anokeshe, which a lot of people have issues with. But this is media. We've seen so many times where Shatta Wale will go on podcasts. He has gone on podcasts. He has gone on places and called Samini. He had called Stonebwoy names. Wafen Apache. Aside calling him Apache, I think he was on the Bands and Rad show. He said Stonebwoy. He has spoken a lot about Stonebwoy. No, the host didn't even ask him about Shatta Wale. But he's Stonebwoy. I want to make this fact, or want you to know that the host never asked about Shatta Wale. Rather, it was Stoneboy who, once he was talking about Samini and the kind of love he has for Samini, you know, and on Stoneboy Nakoka said that is how come he inherited the beef. He inherited the beef between Samini and Shatta Wale.
But the person can say, me senior brother on.
Yeah.
Hey, but me junior brother. It's your door would each me say they are relate you know from beginning no and no na dia me so mutare.
Yeah.
Ama ntokwana anokese ne didi na chia no. What I say? Ebeka me and I'm so muma and say
Santokwa heritage in Tokwa.
Santokwa we ye be bubu na no. I'm serious. Because once I'm in Tankasa and I'm in Kasa, I speak truth, I speak fact. And I'm a fatos to say champion. You any? Once I'm a somo abesine. Najemu.
It will share that what you say. Obra penny unjai mau.
Me say once I'm a somo abesine. Najemu.
Debbie.
Good. Intino. The omu biane the esi kosa. Aman.
And then the command Shatta Wale started say ever conversations because Stoneboy said he inherited the beef between what Samini and Shatta Wale because Okache Samini say masa in Tokano wakuma baba besiasi and so ube picking the pointer you understand say Shatta Wale went to sit on Nanama Magbaun show that is the UTV show and Okaka wohono say oh no he loved what Samini was doing. So for him to get a time to also come in the space and occupy the space, he needed to fight the person. And that is what we call art of war. In show business, sometimes when you target somebody who is at the top, then you hit him hard so the person also gives you that relevance. And once the person replies, he gives you more or less that leverage. He brings you to that level. So he Stoneboy realized and said, this was what Shatta Wale did too. He didn't say it categorically, one can examine. But from the look of things, it looks like when he saw what Shatta Wale did to Samini and all the beef and everything, he inherited that beef. So he then decided that if that is the case, and I've inherited this beef, this is what I'm also going to do. I'm going to hold on to this beef forever. And that is what we keep seeing. So, you know, I'm not Oka said, no Stoneboy, he didn't have any expectations for Samini. When he went under Samini, he didn't have any expectations for Samini because he knows how the Ghana music industry is. How to suffer, how you struggle before you make it. So he didn't have any expectations for him. So he believes he also had to put in a lot of work if he needed because also could do one. Still, there were a lot of people, a lot of underground people who even when they left Samini's camp, they even went to say bad things. A lot of people went to say bad things. Didn't give him any credit or anything. But he went to Samini. A whole end of Oka said, even him, when he talks about high-grade family, the high-grade family thing is more or less a collaboration, or let me say a team meeting between Ono and Samini.
Many brand temu the America say instigators, anokesia levels, any some kind junky things, any some kind junky things, be any one more omu baby any free. Nyankopɔ etumi bɛyɛ high grade menka de etumi bɛyɛ Samini come new she fa eno ho
but the high grade ne de
etumi yɛ bɛyɛ high grade akaki mo baayɛ bisa kaki me na me catch JMJ say kaki R&B no de aba no your space bi wɔ ha a man as a man in active wɔ nti yenye den and I'm start to trauma kaki na bra penny so to aso true bi e ma no but the first 2-3 hit songs me nyomo
when I try the first 2-3 in the man.
What the part wa?
Oh, so it means that you will take care through better train how we see a train.
See what the part wa na.
Wow.
Oh, say me be brave or I be to my car, I be calm at the achine. 18 am person me born to na make say my crossing line bia.
Ultimate come back.
Coming to me then. And to me she because your line bia will be to my share that cross. Ubetuma shada pa na wa cross wi a na afi wa baba e wenim se odwan na ate o na wo hwe nipa na nim se fa che me we jimi ana yen cross line bi da
na se nipa ne cross sa line ne dia no matter what
twani bo ono no ko ni be
forever.
Empo no so no mebo me bra penya ba so say de si e bia no no so hu de wo mu say we de enya line bia ase yentumi ye den enya line bia ase wa cross line entina me bisa say ana metumi bo ra fi o oh odo bi o wakoma mu a pio
yeah
odo me na me so me don no e na onim botaye ni potential she me mu a
yeah
otwe me be no no nyame ado me nam sa akwanya no so
because only maybe as Samini started here, and maybe I will do and he became Samini because we know he started from Batman Samini to Samini. He said he doesn't know the genesis of Batman Samini, but the Onimini said the term high grade family. He's one of the people who helped to form it because Ono Sayeste said, okay, Senior Nyama Koso Jamaica, they have this group. They have this family thing. Why don't they also start their own family? And also, Ono suggested was graveyard. That was the name he suggested, graveyard. However, when he suggested graveyard, a Honda Samin is okay. Oh, high but high grade. It was a hot and no Stonebwoy, the corporate t-shirts. Or the high grade, no. And so, and no Stonebwoy in the share. Into your honeymoon or kind, into every honeymoon Kaki came into the industry, but Kaki ever the high grade family, no. Kaki came with R&B, or the R&B in a buy, and no catch JMJ. If you don't know review, is JMJ baby? Yes, that is the music producer. He's a music producer, a big music producer in Ghana. When it comes to big tunes, he has produced a lot of tunes. He more or less he's not an official producer for Samini, but most of Samini's songs, the producer there. It's you say hormone JMG, only JMG kasa. Look at the JMG say, Charlie, yeah, industry now you find yourself. And everybody is doing R&B, singing and doing all that genres. But me who say they are not female people or they are not females who are doing the dancehall genre, dancehall reggae genre. So why don't you put Kaki in that particular era to push her to also do the dancehall? And also if you hear on some 2-3 songs Emma Kaki, so on believe say the first 2 or 3 songs of Kaki, which became very popular. He wrote it and sang a Samini, Ebababe Chocho, Ebi Aiden, Ama Kaki. Otia Sukoka say Oda Samini has to be brief for what Samini is doing or what Samini has done in his life and the kind of relationship he has with Samini. And one host Nibisa says so as I see some clash, that was what the rift started because recently, only Samini issue now started. It started from the I remember saying Samini the cancer, even if it has to be a fight or a clash, it has to be between Shatta Wale and Onu Samini because Onu Samini believes that Shatta Wale comes from his era. Shatta Wale comes from his era. Or Bandana, he comes from his era. So Anka said that clash should have been between only Shatta Wale. Until Onu Stoneway say, oh, he didn't have any particular issues. Even when he thought of the clash, it wasn't Shatta Wale that he was thinking about at the time. But the reason that rift came, or that issue now, a lot of people believe said it was a big issue was because on that Asase sound clash, he made a statement because he felt in the spirit of clashing, because dancehall, when you do dancehall or when you listen to dancehall, that is when you go to Jamaica, even when they are doing these particular clashes where they stand on stage and do, and we've seen it a lot of times, sometimes Vybz Kartel and Movado doing it, we've seen Elephant Man and Beanie Man doing it, we've seen Ninja Man and Beanie Man and Sizzla Kalonji, on all of them being on stage and doing these particular classes. He believes that when it comes to clash, sometimes there is clash language, there is clash culture. And, he made a statement there which he felt said it was just because of the class issues. That is how come he made that particular statement. But the statement that Omeki and he said, Sankenye sellouta anka or no Shatta Wale would not try to be friends with Samini again because Samini was being a sellout. And also the issue he was saying, you know, it wasn't something that he was thinking of it in a very, very, very deep way. But however, Samini was in Canada at the time, and Samini was watching the clash. But Ophili said because Samini didn't take it, Samini took it personal. He felt Samini took it personal. Let's use the word. Samini took it personal. It's because Samini took it personal, and I'ma say it looked like there was a rift between them, but there was no rift of any sort. It occurs, and also can say there were a lot of instigators on social media because the thing that happened was not supposed to be an issue, but because of the instigators and Anokesia and people who were talking, and then the Kuma I said at the end of the day, I said okay, Adame assent, but the whole thing wasn't supposed to be an issue. It's going forward, and now Osaka said a lot of people do things to him. He doesn't start a lot of fights. He doesn't instigate any fight. But anytime we'll be very creative idea, Obama will respond there. Then the media and Ghana at large is saying, he's very emotional. But people are the people who keep doing things to him. And there are a lot of things that people have done to him that on your time, Emma Metina radio, so Emma Church and Nation. And what the host Nibisan said, does he take the approach that keeping quiet would always kill issues? And not so. He has taken that approach. The approach he has always taken is that when he doesn't talk about certain issues, the issues will die down. But anytime you bring a big media platform, sometimes questions that are asked, he wants to answer them and tell his truth as well. Because there are a lot of times that people will come and say things about him which are not true. But he doesn't get the platform. And sometimes he doesn't want to go that banter and say, other than that, he puts the person on the same pedestal or the same level as his Stonebwoy finds himself. So the host, which is Ike went on and said, okay, there has been many times in the season of forgiveness and all those ones, why don't he forgive Kelvin Boy? Because we said Kelvin Boy upon a trial to the point that Kelvin Boy was even on the stage and begged him. Also, Stonebwoy said, I've forgiven him. However, there are certain lines he has crossed, and there are a lot of lines he has crossed. Those lines would not make it possible. So around like the way he can come. And what I must say, even say Ike, person who details about whatever thing that transpired and whatever thing that brought on only Kelvin Boy issue now. On fait D Black. Already black, and on fait paper be a friend papalogy. Now, on move it in where the genesis of the issue is, because even that particular thing that happened now, on free camp no cano, it could have meant he would have died, or he could have lived to his death, because there was a plan and a deliberate planner. And at that time, who said he was talking about Black CD and Kelvin Boy and all those people, because he was saying there was a certain plan which could have even led to his death, because I think when the issue came between Ononi Black CD and Kelvin Boy, Stonebwoy never came out to come and say anything. However, one of the things that came out at the time was that they say his music or his manager, which is Black CD at the time, was pushing the Kelvin Boy agenda and leaving him Stonebwoy. It is Sika on Odisha Kelvin Boy in Munipono. They went behind normal contracts, normal signing, and all those ones. And all those monies were not coming to him. And those were the information allegedly that came out formally. So he said it could have even led to his death at the time. So that is how come he believes, say, Charlie, only D Black, any papalogy in Casa, it will bring more or less a closure to all these particular issues. And the people that are saying, say, unforgiving Kelvin Boy. It's a host new and say when the assassin, because only Stonebwoy can said that particular assassin sound clash idea came from him. So the can say Shatta Wale the car said that assassin sound clash issue it started from Gabi Ochidaku, who called him and called Onu Stonebwoy. So as I said, no, I was the brain behind the whole thing. That's a sound clash. And I'll say, and I host the design. So when that particular thing happened, who was in mind? In Tia, you decided, say, Mubes sound clash. Who was in mind when you conceived that idea? No, so, as at the time that he conceived that idea, it was because there was also an issue between Onu and Shatta Wale, where he had gone to pull gun at the VGMA, where they both were cancelled. So he felt that, okay, the thing was getting serious between the fans, to the point where the fans were willing to, some of them were willing to fight and willing to kill themselves and do all those ones. But he realized that, okay, for peace to reign, it had to be more or less, there should be a clash. They should make sure they have done something, because there are people and there are laws in the country. So to do something that will kill issues or bring issues easy or down, or to bring peace between them, he had to bring that particular sound clash. So it was Shatta Wale that was in mind once he thought of it, and it was a peace. And I host Bibisa, no, so, oh, even that peace thing that they were trying to do, the pictures that came out early on, where it looked like, or say, he wasn't aware, it was all settings. He wasn't aware, say, they were going to have a meeting. There are people he respects. And some of the people picked phones and called him and told him, so, oh, Charlie, you won't watch it, A, B, and C. Charlie, come around, we could talk then things. I won't see you and all those ones. But immediately he drove and he got there. It looked like the whole thing has been set up and everything already. So he also needed to play into it. Because again, so there was a sentence. Because Sankenya sentence, right after the sound clash, how many months did he take before Shatta Wale started talking to him, telling him about Apache and all those ones? And Osabeka said, even the person he created the video with, they straight Stonebwoy, says Stonebwoy Apache Crown. The person later on came back to Onu Stonebwoy to come and apologize to Stonebwoy. And also Onu Stonebwoy there, he doesn't take those issues personal, because when it comes to Apache, so you may never know what will happen to you. You can be driving, walking about, doing your thing, drive a bit with the car, about the ball night, then Charlie, what about Daniel Apache? You can even be driving, obi the car about the ball come, and anything can happen. So when it comes to he being called Apache, it doesn't pain him, because anyone, that is not how he was born. It was an accident that has happened. So anything can happen to anybody, any day, anytime. When it comes to Shatta Wale, he's a settings man, because I also want to Rolls Royce, and this is not the first time. The guy said Shatta Wale back out some time ago because we to Rolls Royce. Now Oba out because we to Rolls Royce now. I think one of the issues that happened later on was that he was find out that the Rolls Royce, he doesn't own it, or because finally he can start taking planes to his own show. Later he doesn't own private jet. So since I'm Kenya settings and Konu Shatta Wale in Bam because we to few crime and mame. Then later on issues be ABC said the house was not even bought for the man that was rented near. So I say a whole amount of person portfolio as I say he doesn't have any issue with him, because on no portfolio anytime their portfolio didn't even know him. And Hona portfolio no so can say he doesn't know Stonebwoy, but he knows about Stonebwoy. Now on no portfolio he even has a good a relationship with Stonebwoy's wife than he has even with Stonebwoy. It's a whole no mokoka Shatta Wale has once said, and I host me design and say, it looks like there is this notion, say, you keep bringing people to Ghana while Shatta Wale is being invited out. No, so, if it comes to that particular one, they might talk about a lot of shows in Jamaica already, Reggae Sound Fest. But before even
it didn't come back coming at you.
Maminti.
Almost say, Okofa Jamaica Foaba.
Yes.
But Shatta Wale they are friend of Jamaica. And what?
Jamaica mean quarter. Me start me Samini in a bow show amongst Root Anabo, my memory history. Root Anabo, Ghana reggae band. Omono bo Jamaica. Me tea and omono bo Jamaica first. Root Anabo, check it. Ebi ohwa me nim. After Samini ne kobo champions in action. After Samini bought champions in action, me mabo reggae song first about Rebel Salute. Me try video be 10-15 with Jamaica. Eti ya trust our school no. Ama say the omu befie. Check say the hen akawom. Dey na ska wom, dey na senior man say yeah papa otumfo invite nipa ba ne fie a. Hwe love a wo mu ni na we asem we kwara ya medwene wo amenti say wo first sebi or second time ni a wo ko Jamaica sebi o ye wo kwako raise curtain. Oh, mo pe no credit do. Oh, and then dey ma ba wo say end of year. Oh.
Na why? Raise curtain.
Man say yeah no. Bro, enyama no mi o nyama bebre a o tie me. It asem way am sebi. And ti me the spice the whole dancehall queen about Ghana. Jamaica send for na me for mo Ghana. And two person tell me say nipa ba akokwa o no ko Jamaica asa akọ perform no. Eno no a big scene. Nipa na wako perform wa shoot video ya. Me Jamaica me kwa me to Kingston 6. Cherry Garden. Be some say Cherry Garden wa emphasize. Eni o say as a yanka sentina na nipa bi ama me fans for no so na sometimes as o mu ni information hey me mo bi under mo aboy one god obi under mo say debi o say oko performance oko akoyama ne brand akosro ama Ghana jinidi we asema o de ba betutu yen ogbolos
It's any jesem right
any jesem ti we asema o pese o ya na wunya o tuni wo de no na ema obi de luku say eye nyedwa wo betu be afra ye obi abafie dia wo kwa ni maya o me 2018 na me born Reggae Sumfest is the biggest Reggae Sumfest rebel salute ko check it and I me see empo no kra no ye brass amini penny legend the dika kobo champions in action mumu say na mo aka ya de we say wakobo champions in action o say na ya ma you know start ba motion animu no because mumu say mo nya research no so mo nya so na mo kasa ba heart ye mi ensentemu no ye bra penny na kobo Jamaica first
Samini
na nya de wakopa che wa wo ahohihye na wo de tu ni kwaso no na ya ahohihye CEO ye wa evidence nyina be si na
evidence a cheso kopa
no so no wa evidence a me wo na bra abo ho a ye opposite se ba na kamenti Ghana
ba wo de owo
asema na aka
okopa chew
me see say evidence
that one o make history say see ye ka say amongst the three of them onu Samini ni Shatta Wale onu Stonebwoy no he has gone to Jamaica 2 times to go and play shows there Reggae Sumfest Reggae Ville or something and onu Samini ni so akwakobo show but Samini was the first to go and play it even before that there was a reggae band which is called Roots Honorable who have also gone there to go and play. It is here because a show born at the idea of Jamaica. There were Kwakwakobo shows for honeymoon in 2018. So this one here is not a particular problem. And he has brought the whole Queen Ice Spice to Ghana. So on we do level here now, he has to bring people to Ghana to collaborate so that it opens platforms. It's not OBA platforms to all these young and talented artists. Also, Shatta Wale is also going to raise curtains. He also said Shatta Wale is going to raise curtains for Vybz Kartel. And as I raising the curtains, no Shatta Wale no koya na ome inviting no. And our portfolio finally design and say, how is it that anytime there is here Alba State from the last show which is VGMA, which has now become the TGMA, and also he has a creative director, so he called the creative director into the studio and gave him the platform to also explain what all of that thing means and all of those things with appellations and all those ones. And currently, his reggae program Okoye beach, so he's entering, I say all of those particular ones, the creative director and directing all those particular ones. So may Kyle say how they can share there, and then they can share there. Kindly like, subscribe, and share so that anytime you see it, you can also share it to others. I say, bye bye.